Hello, I'm Graham Collins, and I'm the Chief Executive of the Carers Centre in Tower Hamlets that supports around 2,500 unpaid carers a year. As a carer centre, we can't, we've got 25,000 carers in Tower Hamlets. We can't support 25,000 carers. But more importantly, not all those 25,000 carers don't need that support. So on that spectrum, a lot of them will be on the lower end need. And actually for Mobilise to be able to access those carers, I think is really great, because it doesn't mean they're landing on our door, but we don't have the resources always to manage that. But also they don't need to come to our door necessarily. They can go online and just find out a bit about themselves. But also I think perhaps more important for me, what Mobilise does in reaching out to carers via social media or via other ways in terms of postcodes and that sort of thing. It's sowing the seed in carers' mind that there is support out there. They're not alone. So for me, it's almost creating a pipeline of carers of the future, whereby as the cared for's, the person they're caring for, condition deteriorates over time, then that carer may need more support. And actually, if you've introduced them early to what's out there, then when that condition becomes a crisis point, they're suddenly not alone, and they know where to go, and they don't have to scramble around trying to find somewhere, because in the back of their mind they know Mobilise, and then they can go back to Mobilise. Having that online platform where carers can dip into at 2 a.m. or on a Saturday afternoon or something is really important. And also I think for us it's think about making sure that those who are caring, even though they maybe don't want to be call themselves a carer, is actually a good way of what Mobilise does. They can reach out and say, you are caring for someone, but we're not going to give you a label. This is a role that you have in your community or your family, and that's fine. We're here if you need us. The beauty of working together, and certainly we found that, is that carers don't come in one size or one shape. They all come with their different needs, and most importantly, they all have their own different way of approaching services. So I think carer centres actually working in tandem, it adds additionality to what carer centres do. Whereas carer centres really know their carers at a local level, what Mobilise can do is identify more perhaps the carers working in the community that are perhaps on the macro level, and think about how those carers aren't forgotten, because carer centres often their priority is focusing on the higher need or medium needs. And actually what we don't want to do is just say to a carer, oh well, no, your needs are very low, so come back when when your needs are high. That's not what we want to say. So actually, that if they can go on Mobilise and check, actually, do I qualify for benefits? Do I qualify for the carers allowance? No, I don't. Then at least that's answered their question, and they can get on with their caring role or their job, whatever. So there was some apprehension about what is Mobilise doing, and there also was, I think one or two of my colleagues said, but aren't they just doing a huge marketing social media campaign? Which could we do? Well, A, we don't have the skills or technology, and B, maybe that our priority should be focusing on those carers who need that face-to-face. So there was a bit of apprehension about thinking, this is just sort of a big sort of marketing approach. And also there was a slight apprehension about, oh gosh, what does this mean? Does this mean we'll get huge referrals? Our referral, we were slightly worried about creating a huge referral backlog, which again didn't happen, because I think most of the carers that are accessing Mobilise are not at that sort of higher need stage. They're more, they're perhaps just starting on their caring journey themselves, or the caring role they have is quite low end, and they just have questions that they need answered.